Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez decided to skip Joe Biden's inauguration and instead go meet with striking workers in her district in the Bronx. Now these are workers, this is referred to as the Hunts Point Market strike. And the reason why these employees are striking is because they are up for contract negotiations and their union, luckily they're unionized workers, is demanding a $1 pay increase. Now they believe they deserve a $1 pay increase because of the fact that they have been working incredibly hard in an industry that's incredibly necessary to put food on people's tables. And during a pandemic, that involves a considerable amount of risk. 6 workers at Hunts Point Market have died from coronavirus already. Hundreds of other workers have fallen ill as a result of the virus. And honestly, a $1 increase in their wages is not an unreasonable thing to ask for. So AOC decided to actually show up as these workers were striking. She served them coffee. She was there to show them her support. She was speaking to them. And keep in mind, AOC is not the president. And I say that because she doesn't have a security detail with her. She doesn't have Secret Service with her. She has so many people threatening her life on a regular basis, especially after what we experienced in the Capitol with the insurrectionists breaching the building and rioting. But she doesn't care about that. She's much more interested in meeting with these striking workers. And it's important to see that kind of support from lawmakers because it's difficult to be out there. It's difficult to take this kind of stance against your employer and demand better treatment. And just to give you a little more context, the New York Times writes that workers, members of a powerful Teamsters Local, entered the 6th day of their strike on Friday today after negotiations over a 3-year contract broke down over pay. The union has asked for an increase of $1.60 per hour in each year of a 3-year contract, with $1 of the raise to go towards wages. Now, the market's management, a cooperative made up of 29 vendors, countered with an offer of 92 cents an hour each year, with 32 cents of the increase going to pay. I mean, look at you guys, look at the numbers. I mean, literally nickel and diming. They're workers who are putting their lives on the line. Yes, they're earning a paycheck, they're doing their jobs, but the stakes are higher right now. And they deserve better treatment, they deserve better pay, especially when 6 of their own colleagues have died from this virus because they're doing their jobs, because they contracted the virus while doing their jobs. So just something to keep in mind. I wanted to open it up to you guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Nickel and diming, having more money in the hands of American people while we're suffering through this pandemic, while we're suffering through so much economic injustice and inequality, is the best possible thing for the entire country, because money in people's hands means more buying, which means that, insofar as we believe in a free market, that market can actually thrive, right? But I think the larger point that you're making in the second part of the story is really important. How Representative Ocasio-Cortez comes out of movements and stands with movements. And I believe that in movements will be the only opportunity we have with this new administration to really align this administration in a real way with actual changes, with actual transformations, so that people in this country no longer see our government as just a bunch of elites who are hypocrites.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Yep. And something that I think is kind of interesting to some extent, it looks like this Hunts Point Terminal Produce Market, that it captures an estimated $2 to $2.3 billion in revenue per year. And that was before COVID, where we've seen during this time of 2020 that essentially markets, grocery stores, that they have not been able to necessarily keep food stocked on the shelves, because people are responding with such need and drive to make sure that they have food at home. And so we know, like, the last people suffering generally are the markets around here. And so it really speaks to the fact that they are possibly nickeling and diming these people who are essential workers and have put their lives at risk. And that really speaks to just the fact of capitalism being as sadistic and as evil as it is. And it is amazing that AOC is out there speaking with people and also calling attention to this problem.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.